The Whose Turn Is It Anyway podcast returns to the UK Games Expo this year. We're running a live episode on Friday the 30th from 12 till 1, where we want to meet our listeners. We want you to come and join in on the show, get involved, or just come and participate, bring your lunch and rest your feet for a while. We hope to see you there and hope you have an amazing UK Games Expo.
Welcome. This is Whose Turn Is It Anyway? And now, in the great words of Monty Python, now for something completely different. So this episode is going to be completely out there. I'm sorry if you don't enjoy it, but we are literally getting into an escape room. So if that's not your cup of tea, then I would probably skip this episode. But I'm here with JP.
Hello.
Dan.
I'm trapped in a glass case of emotion.
Help, I'm stuck in a nut.
I'm stuck in many nuts in my time.
That's from Austin Powers. There we go. And Becky.
Hi, everyone.
There we go. Becky's got a little bit of a sore throat today, I think.
It doesn't hurt. It just sounds quite different. So sorry, everybody.
Hello, Davey.
Yeah. She's going to sing some blues for us later.
Yeah.
Also known as a sexy voice.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything sexy about this.
I beg to differ.
All right, then, let's get into it. Now, we're going to do Let's Talk About Hex, where we talk about our recent games we've been playing. So, why don't we start with Becky? What have you been playing lately?
So, friend of the podcast, Stu, came over to my house and we played a double title. We played Botany and then we played La Fleur.
Oh, La Fleur.
So, yeah, we had a kind of a floral evening.
It was very floral.
And it turns out I am much better at throwing French parties for posh people than I am at collecting flowers.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is Botany quite light?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
That's the turn off.
my turn off
Yeah.
as well, because
It's-
I love...
looks fantastic.
It's
Looks
beautiful.
outstanding.
Yeah, you're basically going around a board, going to different areas of the world. It's basically an old-fashioned map. Your kind of house, your estate is in the UK, and you can kind of travel so many different pieces. A bit like a Risk or a Ticket to Ride, that kind of thing. You can get in from one part of the map to the other because you have cards in your hand that are from certain parts of the world, like Madagascar or China or whatever. And you have to get to that country, and then you can obtain the card and you can put it in your Wardian case. And you can have, I want to say 3. You can put it in your Wardian case, or you can put it in your press. And if you collect poison flowers, if you put them in your press, it doesn't kind of give you bad points, but you can take them back home and put them in your neighbour's estate and kind of sabotage theirs. We didn't do any sabotage, but there is other cards, I think, perhaps with the expansion. I don't know. We did play with a couple of expansions that you can end up getting points from your poisonous flowers where normally it'd be a minus. But it was really good, and it's a very beautiful game. But it is very light, but it was nice, and there is a bit of a kind of, push your luck, do I just go one more, shall I do it? Because you get these kind of events every turn, which might be good or might be really awful. And then if you don't get home in time, you lose a lot of money. So it is quite punishing if you don't manage to pull it off. But it's really good fun. And then La Fleur is made by the same people. And it looks kind of similar. It's very decadent and sort of Rococo kind of stylings. Basically, you're trying to make the most attractive garden. So you have things like, I don't know, certain things like fountain or whatever in your garden. You've got certain flowers in your hand and you're trying to not lure, that sounds really dodgy. You're trying to attract certain people to come to your lovely garden party.
Fleur.
Yeah, you're basically saying, come to my party, it's a really good party. There's nice things to look at. So if your party's better than other people's parties, they'll come to you. And then you can kind of get someone to fall in love with you, and then you automatically get certain things each turn.
All right.
It's fun. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Cool. Sounds different.
I did enjoy it, yeah.
Yeah.
Did I buy it? No. So that, I guess, normally I would auto buy things, but I'm trying to be a bit better with that. I can't imagine Curly would ever want to play it because it's just not his kind of cup of tea. And I think it isn't not puzzly, because he doesn't like puzzles, but it isn't sort of strategic enough.
Yeah.
But it is still like a balancing thing. Do I go down this road? Do I go down that road? Do I pick these? Do I pick those? But yeah, it would never get to the table. But I absolutely 100% would play it again.
Yeah, so that's just Stuart.
Yeah.
Just put another event up
Yeah,
and have a go,
definitely.
isn't it?
Definitely would play. And we played with a couple of, I don't know if we played with the expansions of La Fleur, but we definitely played with the expansions of Botany.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, I love the artwork and I love the theme. I think I won that game, but with a little bit more depth and to make potions out of or make stuff out of the flowers.
The stuff, yeah, fair enough.
I quite like the artwork. Seems very is it like Victorian era with the
kind of Edwardian kind of
Edwardian,
flower kind of botanical stuff.
It's like what you
Really
find in when you went to science at school and you go into a textbook and you got all of like the Latin names for all of the flowers and stuff. It's like that.
It is a very beautifully made, beautifully presented, really high production value, expensive looking game.
Yeah, nice. How about yourself, Dan? What have you been playing?
Well, you mentioned Stuart, friend of the pod. He came around to mine.
He's been a busy bee, isn't he?
Busy bee. Stuart. He came around to mine and we played Galactic Cruise. And I've played it again since then. So I played it a couple of times. It is the new hotness from Dranda and Kinson Key Games, their first game. It's basically sending rockets into space, but the people that are on them are people that are going up for a good time. So they're going up for leisure purposes. Tourists, yeah. So you're building rockets.
Katy Perry?
No, but that one didn't happen, did it?
Topical.
That one didn't happen. So you're building rockets and you're sending them up into space and you're trying to get your tourists to have a wonderful time while they're there. You're giving yourself upgrades and you're trying to upgrade your ship and trying to get your ship as big as you can to try and get more people in them, but you're marketing to these people. And it's just worker placement goodness. It's not on a Lacerda level. It's probably one below a Lacerda, I think. But you've got Ian O'Toole, and I love his artwork, and it shines through in Galactic Cruise.
Big fan,
massive fan. Even in his early days when he did some of the early stuff. Galactic Cruise is a decent chunky way. It makes you think. There's a bit of a brain itch there, but not too much. There's a lot of customization options on that board. Like all the actions can change spaces in every game that you play. So when you play the intro game, which I played first, kind of a lot of the actions kind of pair up quite nicely, and it's quite nice. But as soon as you turn that board over and you play the standard game, none of that marries up, which means that every single game that you play is different because all the actions are different, all the technologies are different, and the blueprints that you get, which are basically the rooms that go in your rockets, they are changing every game because you're shuffling them up. So every part of the game is different, which I really, really like. The pieces are gorgeous if you've got the Kickstarter edition. I missed out on the Kickstarter, but a retailer was selling a Kickstarter version, so I picked it up. And it's just really nice. Like, it's dual layer boards and the wooden pieces are chunky. I am a bit of a sucker for a nice quality game. And that one is definitely it.
Aren't we all, Dan?
Aren't we all? That's why
we love
we're
it.
here. That's why we love it. But yeah, I'm Galactic Cruise, big fan. Got it to the table in a few weeks because you're playing as well, JP.
Yeah, I've muscled my way in because I've only played it along with Davey at Essen. It wasn't even last year, it was the year before, I think.
Yeah, Will gave us the teach, right?
Yeah, Will, the board game wizard, who works for Dranda now, as a marketing PR guy, and he did one of the best teachers I think I've ever had. It was so entertaining.
I remember you talking about that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it was great.
Nice.
It lifted our spirits as well as the ship.
But we played until the first lift-off.
Yes.
And at that time, the board was black and white.
Yeah.
It looked like a schematic.
Yeah, it's now a beautiful sea of colour if you're playing with four people.
So I'm keen to just try it. I do a full game because everyone's raved about it.
It doesn't take too long either.
No.
It's a couple hours and it's done, but there's a lot going on in there and there's a lot of decision making, which I like.
I enjoyed my play.
Yeah, it's really good.
I've just looked it up. What would you say the weight was?
What? Galactic Cruise?
Galactic Cruise,
3.25.
It's actually 3.9.
Oh, there you go.
Jeez. Like, it's on a Lacerda level.
Bit tricksy.
A bit under,
A bit under, yeah. I'd say the third
Not a lot.
4 up.
but a bit under.
Depending on what the soda you play. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
It
say.
is a beautiful box.
It's
I have
gorgeous.
to say the box art
Yeah.
is lovely. But yeah,
And the rule book is amazing. It's so well written, and it's not often that I can read a rule book in one sitting and go, "Got that." takes normally 2 or 3 for me. That one, fantastic. Loved it. Great piece of work. Great game. Can't wait to play it again. And chances are it won't be long until I play it again after that.
And again.
And again.
It definitely felt more open than a Lasada. Like,
Yes.
it wasn't as punishing. So if you fell off that wheel at some point, there was a way to get back on.
Oh, absolutely. If someone takes an action space, you're not blocked.
No.
You can bump them off. You give them a buff. You'll give them what's called a funding bonus. But you're never truly stuck. But there's with games like Voidfall, where you've got like 8 or 9 cards in your hands, each with 3 actions on them. I look at that and I just go, I love this game, but where do I start? I have no idea. There's just so much going on. But at least with something like Galactic Cruise, you kind of, with the options that you've got in front of you, you can see multiple paths, but it's not too overbearing.
You've kind of got a set goal of what you want to be doing as well, don't you? So
Yeah, you know what you want to achieve. And yeah, really like it. Cracking game.
nice. Yeah, I look forward to playing that at some point. All the spaces keep rapidly disappearing.
It won't be
funnily
long
enough.
until I put another one up.
So yeah, that'll be good. And how about you, JP? I was going to say finally, but I've got me myself.
You
But
have?
I'll let you go first.
You have. Thanks, mate.
No worries.
I played a load of things, but I think the one that just sticks out for right now is Labora. Because Uwe Rosenberg, classic game from God knows when.
2009?
9, 10, something like that. It's around that time. And it doesn't kind of play like any of his others that you would expect to. It's his kind of own unique design space. And so kind of how it works is basically pray and work in Latin. That's And your players...
what else is there to life?
It's basically you're playing as monks. And you're building out your kind of buildings in this area. And it has some Caverna Agricola elements to it, especially with the expansions to Agricola, where you're cutting peat bogs and cutting trees down, which is very similar.
Is that what aura means?
What?
Because I'm guessing labora means like labour, like work.
Yeah,
so
work.
aura means
Pray,
pray.
I believe.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Latin
Nice.
experts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That has just washed over my brain.
I'm not clever. I just picked it up from someone else that said the same thing because I don't know Latin. But yeah, labor.
But then Agricola
labour.
is
Yeah,
Latin
same.
for farmer, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
loves the land.
Labora sounds like labour, and I
Yeah,
just
it's
put
got
the
it.
two together.
Makes sense.
So
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, basically you're getting buildings, you're building them onto your like little territory, and you've got like a kind of an adjacency puzzle that you're trying to figure out. So the rub of the game is that everything works around this central resource wheel, all right, which is the cool bit. It's my favorite bit of the game. So it manages like a communal resource pool. So every turn, this wheel moves up one. All the resources in the game, of which there are many. There's so many resources in this game. Not even ones on the wheel, but ones you can make from the wheel. So things like sheep, wood, general money, cash, peat, stone, wine, whatever, or grapes rather, not wine.
You can make wine as well, but that's
can.
not on the wheel, right?
Yeah, but it's a kind of secondary.
Yeah.
So every turn, basically this wheel moves up one space, and then that means everything is increased in volume. So whenever you kind of cash in a resource, if you cut trees down, you'll cash in wherever the marker is on the wheel. It could be at 2, 3, 5, 8. Put it all the way back to 0 on the wheel, and you get that many raw resources. And usually marks with swearing afterwards, because you go, I'm going to cut wood down because it's on a 6. And then someone else goes, because they were about to take the wood, and now cutting trees down when it's going to be like 1 or 2 is bloody pointless. So you have to kind of then repivot. So that whole central kind of mechanism is really clever and how it works. But there is a joker resource on there which you can use for anything else. But again, that usually buggers off quickly and people spend that.
It's really nice interaction, isn't it?
Yeah.
For something that's a Euro, that it's not negative interaction in the sense that someone's taking something from you. It's they're using something on the board and you then have to pivot, which is really nice. Yeah. It does it in a really interesting, unique
Such
way.
an underrated game.
Yeah.
It's underrated. I haven't played it for about 12 years. It's been over a decade.
Yeah.
It is great.
It's cool. And you get to a point in the turn structure, because it depends on what mode you play and how many players. Like typically in a normal game is that whoever's first player gets the first and last turn of the round. And then obviously it cycles round as we go. But you'll get to a point in the wheel where the wheel will say, when you get to this stage, you'll get to a settlement phase. And then the settlement phase is basically you have these hand of cards that you start with and some more cards that get unlocked as you go around the wheel. And you'll put in like a shanty town or some market town or whatever it is, settlement onto your board. And that's going to score certain values of cards that are above it, below it, left and right of it. So where you're placing stuff, massively important. Like, and usually in your first game, you learn by going, oh crap, I've done this wrong.
Put it there.
Yeah, because once you placed it, you built the thing. And some buildings don't like to be next to other buildings. So, there'll be certain things that will give a negative to a settlement if it's next to it. So if you've got a peat bog thing, which is obviously smelly and, whatever, no one wants to live next to that. So it's going to give a negative to the adjacent settlement on there. So you want to kind of position your buildings in certain places. And then you've got monastery buildings, which are like a gold banner, which can only go next to other monastery buildings. So you kind of like, I've got to fit this thing in. But you can buy expansion boards for your territory, so you can make it bigger, which then gives you more wood to cut down, all that kind of stuff. But it's the weird thing in the game. I've played it, 3-4 times. And I think there is a shelf life in this game because nothing changes. So the decks that you have, you can pick either France or Ireland, and they're like double-sided cards. And if you pick one, you'll get like grapes, and you can make wine. And if you pick the other, you'll get beer and flour and bread and things like that. So there's certain resources off the cards for the kind of province that you pick. But the buildings that come out every phase are the same. So every A phase, B phase, they're the same. So the difference in the game is where those buildings get built, who builds them. And the clever bit is that actually, even though, let's say, Becky, you take a building, I'm like, I wanted that. I can still use it because I can pay you a coin to use your one of your workers to activate that building for me, which is another interesting interaction, which is like, please don't use that special worker because you've got one, I forget what they call it, but one of your workers is special that if you buy a building, you can activate it directly from purchasing, which you can't normally do. So yeah, you've got to leave yourself in a position where hopefully that's not the only one you've used because someone will go, I'm going to use it for you. And you're like, So it's got a nice thing where you care about what other people are doing, which is why I'd also keep the player count on that game low, because if you're playing 4, I can't see across the table, let alone what buildings you've got, what you can do. But we played 3 and it worked quite well because we kind of huddled together on the end of a table and we could all see each other's boards and work that out. But
it was a really tight game, wasn't it?
It was.
Really close.
It could have gone either way. And it's just, I don't know, I find it a joy to play. It's very Uwe puzzly kind of vibe, and but very different. It's not what you would expect.
I had a lot of visual points and you had a lot of points in front of you on your board.
Yes.
So
yeah.
JP and Tam thought I had one, and then JP was like,
Snuck it.
Snarf,
see you
snarf.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's a classic. It's really good. I'd play it any time. I thought I might get bored of it, but I haven't yet. So
Caverna's more linear than that.
yeah.
I think Caverna, being the one that is probably the most popular, one of the most popular video games, is the most linear. It is. Not very much changes. It's just those action cards, those action spaces that come out, and they might come out in a random order based on the round number that you're on.
Yeah.
That's it. All the buildings are the same. All the resources are the same. Everything's the same. And although I don't have Agricola anymore, Agricola is better than Caverna because of the sheer amount of difference that you can have in Agricola. Yeah, it is than Caverna. I like Caverna a lot, and I've kept Caverna, but I didn't keep Agricola. But I'm always tempted. It's always at the back of my mind going, I really should buy the latest edition of Agricola, like the one you've got, and the lovely big box, and just get it all again. Because I'd love me and the wife played a lot of Agricola in the early days.
Little dwarf pictures, though, has it?
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. But it's still.
It's got really sad people going, I'm hungry.
It does have that in Caverna as well on the tiles.
You can make dwarfs force them to eat coal. There's something really. I really like that. A horrible person.
I was gonna say, it's quite sadistic, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Force the
Or
dwarf to
the
eat the coal.
You eat that coal, you like it.
Le Havre.
Need to play it.
Oh, I've not got that anymore, and it was good. It was good. I just couldn't get to the table anymore, so I sold it years ago. I think, I wish I had that now, because I could play it with you guys, and you'd love it.
Yeah.
This is why you don't sell your games.
Silly me.
You rue the day.
Yeah,
We do.
Agricola and Le Havre are two that of ways that I'd like to get back in my collection.
There we go.
Yeah.
But all Labora, if you haven't checked it out, It's the latest hotness.
2011.
2000 whatever. So yeah. How about you, Davey?
So I've been playing Primal the Awakening on live stream with Paul Grogan. So gaming rules, I'm sure you guys know Paul. I've been really enjoying it. I've been wielding the hammer. I didn't know how I'd find the hammer because a lot of people didn't like the deck, but the first deck you start with, so I'll explain the Primal first. Let's go from there. If you've not heard of Primal Awakening, it's a boss battler. You have a deck of cards, which is linked to what weapon you're using. This deck of cards, you draw 5, and you have to, it's got the common mechanic, which a lot of people use now, which I really like. You spend a card to have to then pay for another card. You can only play 5 into your sequence. Where it's quite unique is coloured cards mean different things as well as having text on the card. A red card means you're attacking, which will deal your weapon damage, as well as might have text on the card that will do a different thing. Blue cards deal with stress, which is kind of a counter on the monster. That means they will attack you and do damage to everyone, or do different things depending on what monster it is. And then those are your offensive cards. You've got your defensive cards, which are green and yellow. Yellow is kind of putting your shield up or defending. I can't remember what the actual name for it is. And then the green cards are dodging. Okay, and you have to play those into your sequence. They have other effects as well. Usually they'll like buff other cards and do lots of different varied things. But you play them to sequence because at the end, the monster will try and attack you. You'll flip a card. It will have a number on it. If you've played equal to or more than that number, you've blocked the attack. So that's the simple sequence and actions, right? Where the interesting part comes in is the monster's always reactive. It's got like a behavior deck. And on the back of the card, depending on what you're doing, sometimes the monster will react to that. So if I've got a card out, and you can always see what the behavior deck is, but if it's got a red card out and I play an attack red down, once I've finished resolving that card, we flip that behavior card, and lots of different things can happen. It can make you try and discard cards to try and not take damage. It can turn and set the whole thing, the whole place on fire, which means you just don't have any actions. It's a real interesting way of dealing with a boss battler because you actually have to interact and think about what you're doing to then basically mitigate what might be happening to you. So it's got like 16 or 14 different monsters. It's a massive box. Every monster you fight at the end, it does that common Monster Hunter thing of where you have to, well, you don't have to, but you should upgrade your weapons, which completely change how you might play your deck. You'll get different equipment from the monster. So if you fight a lightning monster, you get a lightning forge. You can build loads of different weapons and might be able to build a different armor set or item, which can do lots of cool things as well. Then also you can upgrade your deck and change the cards in your deck. Also, what's linked to your weapon is the amount of cards of each color that goes in your deck. So you're constantly evolving. Your deck's always changing. My deck from the last session, I was playing like a support deck on my first deck with the hammer, where I'm stunning the monster, making other people show cards to deal it damage, as well as spending my cards to give them stuff, pay for their cards, do lots of other cool things. The deck now, I'm just dealing lots of damage, hitting the monster for lots of damage, especially as you've also got a cool thing where if you pay sequence of colors, you'll get certain benefits. Yeah, it's one of my favorite boss battlers I've ever played. I haven't played a lot. I played Kingdom Death, and I think that's the only boss battle I've played. I played Monster Hunter as well, which is very low down, in my opinion. I think this is what Monster Hunter should have been. I would recommend it 10 times over. And if you don't know what it's about, come check out the stream. We play every other Tuesday, so just check it out. Come and join us.
We'll put the link in the show notes. So you can
check
check
out
out the
the show
streams.
notes.
Yeah,
nice one.
I know when Paul asked you was like, "Oh, go on then." It's only my favourite bloody game ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
It's a bit like him going, "Do you fancy doing a Too Many Bones campaign over a year?"
Yeah,
sure.
Do I ever? Says
Sure.
JP.
Why not?
Just to add in there, he's also giving away a copy. So if you go onto the live stream, watch the live stream, on the video afterwards that he posts up, if you go and comment down there and then vote on a monster, so you actually get to vote what monster we find next, at the end of the campaign, Reggie Games are basically giving out a copy.
Nice.
So, via Paul.
Yeah, that's great, though, right?
Yeah, it's
Great
really
way
good.
to follow on, get involved, understand how it works, and maybe get yourself hands-on. Because I don't think this game's actually easy to get, right? Is it easy to get now?
No, it's not easy to get. I think there is a retail version, but I think it's sold out pretty quickly, and I think there is going to be another printing run. But it's not easy to get.
There you go. To tell Rob. I know Rob keeps angling for someone to sell Primal, but no one will.
No one will, no.
He's like, oh, bless him.
So, to set the scene, I've got like a little bit of backstory to start with, because everyone's going to be kind of trapped in a room. So, this is how you get trapped in a room, okay? Go easy on me. This is all made by me, and this is a bit of creative license going on. So while you're all walking down the streets of Taunton town, you'll notice an unfamiliar shop in the streets. The bell above the door of the board game bazaar jingles merrily, a stark contrast to the unsettling chill that permeates the air within. Lured in by the promise of rare first edition copies, JP, in the corner of your eye, albeit it seems quite far away, you see too many bones. Dan, Frostpunk eerily sparkles in the corner, and Becky, you swear you can hear animal noises akin to Jumanji coming from the back, and you see Arc Nova towering on the top of the shelf as it's stacked on a cliff edge. Each box seems to whisper forgotten tales and echoes with unheard laughter. Lord Baron Bishop, the shop's owner, a gaunt man with the eyes of obsidian, greets you all with a smile that seems like the edge of a precipice. With a much hearty gusto, he welcomes you all. Welcome, welcome. This is the Board Game Bazaar, where your needs are met and your wants and desires are a thing of the past. Now,
wait a minute. What the hell is your brain, man? Jesus.
If I went into a board game shop for real, and this Baron von Claptrap decides to come at me and go, welcome, I'm fucking leaving.
No, I'm staying.
I'm going to Amazon. It's easier. It's more convenient for me.
Has anyone else got the child catcher vibes from like Chitty Chitty
100%.
Bang Bang?
You could be here. All free today.
Sorry, Davey, carry on
My
with
God,
your
yes, I'm
intro.
breaking your zone.
now let me be the ship and your mast, and let us sail to the back where its true kindling is kept to light our fires.
Has he got a pirate hat on? Because I'm suddenly very interested.
I was kind of inspired by Brian Blessed, so that's
Oh,
where...
okay,
no.
Jack Sparrow.
Mislech.
His eyebrows move unsettlingly, and before any of you can whisper a protest, his hands wave erratically, and as if by magic, you're in a new room. Inside, every inch of space is devoted to board games. Shelves stretch impossibly high to the ceiling, packed edge to edge with brightly coloured boxes. The titles glow faintly, some whispering promises of epic adventures, others teasing hours of strategy and laughter.
Can I please do a perception check?
The air smells faintly of aged cardboard, wood, and a hint of something sweet, as though nostalgia itself was seeping into the atmosphere. The shop was small on the outside, but now its walls seem to spiral out of control. All game...
It's crackers.
It's crackers.
It's actually crackers.
If you've ever been to Taunton, there is a board game shop down a place called Bath Place, which is called Crackers.
Yeah.
And
the walls do feel like they're coming into you as you walk, because it's so bloody tiny. What's his name, Bex?
That gentleman's name is Tony.
That's it.
Yeah, there we go.
I used to work next
not
door
Lord
for
Baron
his
Bishop.
brother. Not Lord Baron Bishop, no, we didn't.
That's a different board game shop.
Gutting. But now the walls seem to spiral out of control. Board games line the walls, floor to ceiling, a hoarder's paradise, a non-gamer's partner's nightmare. This spark of elation seems to fade as JP cries, Dan shrieks, and they realise they are trapped. Calmly, Becky surveys the surroundings.
She's going to be the cool one. I would
So
lose
here we
it.
go.
Yeah,
so now we
same.
have 3 points of interest you guys can choose, okay? And you can go to them and interact with the things that are there, and I'll do a little kind of summary, and we'll try and solve some puzzles together.
Is this a fighting fantasy book?
Yeah,
Have
it's
Have
more-
you
I
written a
suppose-
whole fighting fantasy book for tonight?
I feel feel like I'm in an episode of like Mansions of Madness.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm there.
There we go. This is what I kind of went for, right?
That's good.
We need some ominous, spooky music in the background. Maybe I'll put that in post.
I could do a witch's laugh, couldn't I?
Oh, just you wait. Just you wait. Right, so you got 3 points of interest. Number 1, the board game shelves. Number 2, the long hallway. And number 3, the floor.
Okay.
Well,
you have to decide as a collective
decide as a collective where you would like to go.
Board game shelves.
I mean, my mind was
Board
saying
game
shelves.
Yeah.
Because why not? That's where I usually look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Too Many Bones is still there, right?
Maybe.
Maybe it was just a lure to get me in the board.
Ooh,
Lord
it might
Baron
be.
Bishop.
It might be.
Bishop boy.
Shelves. I
Shelves.
think we should look at shelves.
Shelves.
Let's look at the shelves.
Okay. While checking over the shelves, you find a note from the Baron. It says, "These 4 shelves seem to be out of sorts lately because one of the games has gone missing overnight." You notice the shelves are organised by game genre. Shelf A, party games. Shelf B, strategy games. Shelf C, co-op games. And shelf D, mystery games. The Baron states that each shelf seems to be missing a game, but he can't remember what game it is on each that is missing. The games on shelf A are Strong Point, Origami, Love Letter, Ozflux. On shelf B, Undaunted, Normandy 44, Scythe, Axis and Allies, Forbidden Stars, and Eclipse. And shelf C, the shelf has magic engraved on its side. And on this one, there's Eldritch Horror, Voidfall, and Escape the Dark Castle.
You can tell you work in a medical profession. Jesus H. fucking Christ.
Yeah, I can read that, but nobody else can.
No, I
However,
can't read.
If I'm writing it properly, I've got nice
I thought,
writing.
that's fine. I can just lean over to yours. And then I've realised,
I've written it in code, my code.
Becky's going to be our note taker for this evening.
And shelf D, TIME Stories, so time stories.
Yeah.
But it's just got a dot between each. I Spy and PI.
Okay, so I'm just noticing that the games in the party section, the letters begin SOLO, Strong Point, Origami, Love Letter, and Ozflux.
So
that's
solo.
Solo.
Nice.
So maybe the game that's missing is a solo game. Just putting it out there.
A solo party game.
So just as a
Oh.
as a tip as well, it seems like you're on the right track, but on the back of the note is scribbled London, Paris, Beijing, and Washington. Next to it is written the cities have no meaning, but being a capital means being first. Capital and first seem to be written in someone else's penmanship. But you're definitely on the right track there. And also, if you're listening, if you want to pause it and do the puzzle yourself, that's
So we've got
a
party
good place
games,
to do it.
party games, Strong Point, Origami, Love Letter, and Ozflux. So I think that's SOLO.
yeah.
So on B we've got UNSAFE, which
Unsafe.
spells unsafe.
Oh, Becky's cracked the code.
I've never done an escape room in real life. You know, I
Have
would
you not?
love to do it. No,
I think you'd be pretty
Yeah,
good
you'd be
already.
pretty good.
You've
I haven't
taken the
either.
initiative, which is
got a
number
pen.
one, because someone needs to in an
Yeah.
escape
Yeah.
room, because otherwise you just go, I don't know what to do. So someone needs to start. So this is good.
Time's
so,
ticking. 50
yeah.
quid for this.
Yeah.
So
So that's C. Sorry, it's B.
It says magic on the side, so that M might be included or not.
Yeah.
And it said Eldritch, Voidfall,
And then
escape
the
from the
dark
dark, escape the dark castle. So
and it had magic written on the
it
side.
did have magic. So that's MEVE.
So magic
So
Eve.
if magic. Okay.
Magic Eve.
I'm not sure
So
about that.
think of a game that can be played in co-op. That
Magic
might be like
Eve.
Magic Eve. I will give you guys more clues as it goes
Okay,
along as
all right.
well.
Magic
to-
the Gathering at night time.
Well, when he said magic, I did immediately think Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
It's been drummed into my stupid
all right.
brain. So mystery
Magic
game,
Eve.
we've got Time Stories, I Spy, and Pie. So we've got TEP.
I Spies with an eye.
That's what. So tip. So it's a solo on the safe Magic Eve tip. That's what it is.
There you go, we've solved it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Solo.
So those words will lead you
So,
to a board game, each one of those within that category.
Okay, so a solo party
Party
game.
game.
So not solo party game.
okay.
Solo's the tip clue that
Oh,
will lead you
just
towards the
one.
game. There we go.
Oh,
Just one.
so nice. I like that.
Ah,
JP.
see.
Someone's
what you did
had
there.
his cup of tea. No,
You've had your ready breakfast for breakfast, haven't you?
just
So-
one. Boom. A strategy game.
Strategy game
That's
that's
unsafe.
unsafe. Nemesis.
Unfathomable.
Unsafe.
Oh.
Other words for unsafe.
Dangerous.
Hazardous.
Hazardous.
What do you do if you do something that's dangerous? What are you taking?
Risky.
Risk.
Oh, very
There we
nice.
go.
Thanks, Davey.
Very nice.
I mean, Lord Baron Bishopworth.
Call me that later.
So,
Magic Eve,
Magic Eve.
which is in the
It's
co-op.
the harder one.
Co-op collection.
Magic Eve.
It has a co-op mode, I should say.
What about Mansions of Madness? Because that's a bit. It's not really bad.
Isn't Eve as in happens in the evening? Has it got a dark theme?
Could be evening, yes.
I can't, my brain went like Halloween
Yes, I was
because it
thinking
was
that
like
too.
Magic Eve, but
Yeah.
All Hallows Eve is
Yeah.
What's another name for someone that does magic?
a wizard,
What's another name for that?
a warlock,
Keep going.
Sorcerer.
sorcerer, a charlatan.
Shaman.
A mage. Mage
Oh,
knight.
Mage
There
Knight.
we
Oh,
go.
Mage
damn.
Knight.
Little legend.
As in Night Eve.
Very good.
Mage Knight.
Mage
Yes.
Knight. Oh, very good.
Well done, David.
I've contributed now. I feel better about myself now.
Welcome to the podcast. Dan.
Thanks.
So for mystery, we've got Tip.
Tip. A tip of the mystery. Tip of the mystery. Tip of the
Iceberg.
So this is a mystery game.
Is it Clue?
It is.
Hey!
So,
What's
as
a clue?
Cluedo. It's the American version of
Oh,
Clue.
Yeah, it
what's
is.
that about a tip then?
Tip. A clue.
it's a clue.
It's a tip.
Of course.
It's a tip, yeah.
Yes, very
So-
good.
now, I said
oh my
now.
God,
We've
you're
gone all noir. haven't we? Hey, I got a tip for you. I got a tip for you.
I'm walking down a dark alley.
I got a raging clue.
She says her name is Goldie.
The name is a solo unsafe magic.
So when
Eve
you
tip.
say clue aloud, suddenly a little box appears in front of you. Boom. And inside, there's a little engraving and it says, words can hold great power alone, but together sentences open hearts. Okay.
Sorry, I just threw up in my mouth a little.
It just maybe for later, Dan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, maybe for later. It's not my own feelings.
Could you repeat this again?
Yeah, sure. Words can hold great power alone, but together sentences open hearts. There we go. So you got two more things to interact with: the long hallway or the floor.
Can we go to the floor?
I'd love
Because
to
I
go
feel
to the
I
floor.
feel like we're in Tony's shop.
Yeah, I think so.
And you have to look at the
You
floor.
don't want to look at that.
You mean we
Not
want
the floor itself, but at floor level.
Yes.
There's
All the
sometimes you
goodies
might
on the
find a
floor
good.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we getting down?
We're getting down.
The floor ripples beneath you, and the more you stare at it, it just seems to transform into a gleaming chessboard. You're no longer standing, but hovering, gazing down at the vast expanse. Below, the pieces move with purpose. Pawns march, knights
No,
leap.
Ron, no.
Love it. Love it. Kings and queens command silently. The endless board stretches across affinity, and for a fleeting moment, you are its all-seeing master. You seem to be able to command the chess pieces at your will.
Is there a full amount of pieces there to see?
There is. The chessboard now sits in a starting formation, so all the pawns are along
The second row.
the second row for white and for black. All the pieces are there. It's just a normal chessboard setup.
Should we move one of our pieces? White goes first, doesn't it? So
White does go first.
Are we going to do a falls, mate?
I don't know what that is.
That's checkmate in 3 turns.
Oh yeah, let's do that then.
I've
Yeah.
got to remember that. I need a board in front of me to work it out.
I mean, I'm not a chess person, so
You're doing falls, mate, are you? You can say what you're doing, and
can we just move one of the pawns?
you don't have to physically do
Thank
anything.
God, thank God, because my brain can't.
No.
Let's just move. Let's just
say
move
if
one
you're
of the
doing a
pawns.
move.
You know,
Let's move one of the
have you ever
pawns.
watched the Queen's Gambit where she plays chess in the ceiling
No, I got bored.
without a board?
Yeah, so you can say A. If you wanted to say A2, B2, you can do that as well.
Can
Or
we
if you
just-
want to say a gambit, you can say a gambit. You can
we move the
do
third
whatever.
pawn one space forward because I've just circled the third.
So you want to
pawn.
move C2 to
Sure,
C3?
Sure.
Fine. So
What is going on?
you do, and nothing really happens.
Oh.
So I am going to give you a little clue. You don't have all the information to do what you want to do here yet.
Okay. Let's go and look at the long hallway.
So, you will pass through a narrow, spiraling hallway where the walls are polished wood inlaid with a faintly shimmering metallic pattern, and they catch the light as you walk down. The floor beneath is smooth stone, its surface gently curved to guide each step. Subtle brass inlay line the walls at intervals, casting a soft golden glow that seems to follow you as you walk. Suddenly you're in what seems to be a storeroom with polished wooden cabinets and drawers lining the walls. Each storage compartment is labelled with gold engraved plaques. Their lettering precise and elegant. The workbench at the center is an impressive piece crafted from rich mahogany with tools laid out meticulously on a velvet-lined tray. Tiny meeple models and intricate brushes rest in glass dishes, catching the light from a brass chandelier overhead. The room has an air of quiet sophistication where precision reigns. Above, you notice a fine, elegant plaque that reads, "In a game where bishops take flight and queens command the night, I am the move that changes fate, shifting pieces from checkmate. What am I?" On the cabinet in front of you, you notice all the drawers have little engraved pictures on. A title above says, "To prove you are human, please tick the correct box." Tick all boxes that are, and the words seem to be scratched off. What possibly could this mean? You've got the little clue. In a game where bishops take flight and queens command the night, I'm a move that changes fate, shifting pieces from checkmate. What am I? So I'd probably work that out first.
You're a gambit.
A chessboard.
No.
Um,
So it's a move, and I don't know if you're all chess players here. That's probably
not good ones.
not a good one.
Not
so
a good one.
I can move you along with this bit. It's when you move the king to the castle.
The castle.
So it's called
Castling.
castling.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is tick all the boxes that are castling. What possibly could this mean? The boxes are a moat with a construction site on top of it, a horse with a man riding it, a medieval work out in the fields, a king sitting in his chair, a queen watching over a village, and two castles with two men visibly arguing at a distance. Then press the correct drawers.
Okay, so these are, I think, box art covers. My brain has gone to board games because it's Davey and it's a board game related.
Well, it's to do with castling.
Well, definitely the first. Definitely the first. We've decided.
Yep.
Are we pressing something?
Yep. So you're pressing one and it clicks
Like
in.
a capture, isn't it, when you're online?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we press one.
That was the slight joke.
What happens when we press it? Anything?
It
Like a
clicks
little...
in and it doesn't pop back out, but it clicks in and it stays in.
It's funny because mine always pops out.
Wee.
How many boxes? 5.
6.
6.
I don't think it's the queen. She sounds like she's watching stuff. That doesn't sound castle-y.
But she should be watching from her castle window.
Yeah.
I think press the king, press the queen.
1,
Hold on,
4, and 5 then.
When you castle in chess, it's the king and the rook, basically,
The
isn't
rook,
it?
yeah.
That switches places.
That's very true.
So we forget the
So
queen.
So forget
then.
the queen.
So forget the queen.
Okay.
The king, yes. And anything to do with a castle
The last
itself.
one.
The last
Yeah.
one.
So are we saying 1, 5, and 6?
I'm thinking there's only 2 because there's only 2 pieces in the castling that move together.
Good point.
So I think you picked 2 of them, but that's just where my brain has gone.
1 and 5.
So 5 was the queen. So
Nope, it's not 5. 1 and 4.
Well, 1's a moat. Or
I think
2.
definitely
Then you
1.
got 2 men in front of a bloody castle.
Well, should we try that first?
Yeah. So I think 4 and 6.
Okay.
Not 1. Okay. 4 and 6 then. We've already pressed 1, haven't we?
You pressed
Do we need to
1.
unpress it? Can we unpress it?
You can press 4 and 6, and they click in, and with an audible click, it pops open, and inside one of the drawers, you see the words "Remove the wizard," and in the other, you find 5 different chess openings. 1, Queen's Gambit, white sacrifice a pawn. 2, Evan's Gambit, it's a bishop's sacrifice. 3, the Cochrane Gambit.
The what, sorry?
The Cochrane.
Cochrane.
Cochrane. I
I
thought
like
you said
that one.
cock raining. I was
Cock
like,
raining,
what's
raining
that?
cocks. It's raining cocks. Hallelujah. Cochrane Gambit, white sacrifices a bishop or knight. 4, the fried liver attack, white sacrifices a knight. And 5, the open Sicilian defense, black sacrifices a pawn. The room quickly fades away and you're back in the main room.
So did we do that right then?
Yeah, you did it right. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Not quite sure what we did, guys.
Press buttons and it worked. That's
Yeah,
what you do
that's
when you
it. There
play games.
you
isn't
go.
it?
No
Just give
idea.
it a go.
It's all right. You're not a robot. You're fine. You're allowed in.
This doesn't sound like Oblivion remastered that I've been playing for the last 30 hours.
So now you have all the clues you need
Okay.
to be able to do what you want with the chessboard.
Anything on this chessboard, Davey, that signifies any relation to gambits that we have, or we're just trying these randomly?
So you've got I will give you a clue. So from your previous ones, it will tell you or guide you to what you want to be doing.
Well, the other one said remove the wizard.
So you've
The other
had,
clue.
And we've got sentences.
you've also
and
had
stuff.
about words alone. So within that room, you were given a load of board games.
Yeah.
Maybe put them in a sentence.
just one.
Risk.
Just one risk. Mage Knight tip. Mage Knight clue.
Ignore the tip.
Mage Knight clue. Just one risk.
Ignore the clue.
So just one
The
risk.
clue was
mage
its own
knight.
Oh, the
individual
clue
thing.
is just one risk.
And
Mage Knight.
remove the wizards, remove mage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So just one risk. So do
Just
we
one
risk
risk
just one
knight.
of them?
One risk
Just
knight.
risk the knight. So you get rid of the knight, which is either the Cochrane or fried liver. So
I
it
could
depends
pretend
on.
that I knew which one.
Yeah,
that
so it
was.
depends on.
Don't.
Because the Cochrane gambit removes the bishop or knight, and the fried liver onion sandwich or whatever it was removes the white knight. So if we're playing chess and the board's set up as it, no moves have been made, white goes first. So I
Yeah.
would say you go with 4 for the fried liver maneuver. Never heard of that. Is that real?
Yeah.
I thought you were just making some
No,
shit up.
I'm not making it up. It's real.
That's where my head's gone, logically.
Yeah, I mean, crack on.
Number 4, we would like to enact the fried liver sandwich maneuver.
So you move the chess pieces along the board, and suddenly a thunderous boom erupts, so loud it shakes the walls and sends a shockwave through the air. In that
Curly
instant,
farted.
I thought Brian Blessed had turned back up again.
yeah. In that instant, a force unseen hits you all, scattering you
Curly has farted, hasn't he?
scattering you into separate rooms as though the universe itself has decided to reshuffle reality. You hear a voice so shrill, it seems to pierce all your minds. The Baron is my puppet! You should not have come, your souls would be mine! Like meeples to the slaughter dance, puppets dance!
What is it like to be you? I just wonder. I really
I did
do.
say we're going to be walking in his mind tonight.
Yeah.
I've just got to stop sniffing glue on the week. On weekdays. That's what I've got to do. That's what it is. It's the worst week to stop sniffing glue.
So you got a crazy woman who doesn't want us to be here.
Yeah. What's going on?
I don't know,
There you go.
mate.
What's
Yeah, I
going
don't know
on?
with this. So she
Am I
said,
still in Taunton?
she said,
Yeah,
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto.
Yeah.
she says the Baron's mine. Your souls will be something.
She said, sorry, if you couldn't understand what I was saying,
I
it's a
couldn't,
funny
no,
voice.
no.
The Baron is my puppet. You should not have come. Your souls will be mine. Like meeples to the slaughter. Dance, puppets, dance.
Okay. It just sounds like that line from Mortal Kombat, the film from 1995. It goes, your soul will be mine.
Your soul will be
Shang
mine.
Tsung. Brilliant.
Nice.
Okay.
So, let's start with Becky. Becky, you look around and notice it seems familiar here. The surroundings unfold like a living blueprint. The enclosures, conservation project in the distance. Habitats brim with exotic wildlife while zookeepers, scientists and conservationists work tirelessly. You hear the call of a rare animal in the distance. As you walk around, you seem to be greeted with 3 zoo entrances. You notice under each there are symbols and a plaque. Inside your mind, you hear the Baron's voice. Once they are matched, the way will open. You've got to match each zoo with its correct mascot animal and special exhibit. So the 3 zoos are Planet Paws, Wild Wonders, and the Biodome Dream. The mascots are a capybara, a red kangaroo, and a snow leopard. And on the plaque it reads, and the special exhibits are Australia Walkabout, Arctic Habitat, and Underground Tunnel Cams. And etched into the entrance there is a clue. And the clues are, and this will give us our kind of how to match them. The red kangaroo is not the mascot of Planet Paws, but it is at the zoo with the Australia Walkabout. Biodome Dream features the underground tunnel cams. The snow leopard lives in the Arctic habitat, and Wild Wonders does not have the snow leopard.
I've discarded 4 cards.
So
Can I get a mulligan?
So I very nearly did an Ark Nova scenario that you would have to play, but I thought you're going to have to play it without the actual components, and how hard would that be? So I decided against
As hard
it.
as this.
Probably maybe as hard as... Because this is...
This is now reminding me of the scene in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone where Hermione has to figure out which bottle it is that gets you through the fire to, well, as we know, Quirrell was there.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
And
What?
on the back, the other bottle makes you go back. So I kind of want to do a line of things like a logic puzzle.
Have I just ripped off Harry Potter,
and
like,
do-
not knowingly? Like,
Yes.
with the whole chessboard
Yeah.
and everything else?
No, Ron.
It's been in the back of
No,
my
Ron,
mind.
no!
No, Ron, no!
You must go on.
We'll put
Check the
some beats
king.
behind it as well. No, Ron, no!
Yeah. So I think Arctic snow, leopard, planet pause.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, this little logic box, it worked. The little logic box worked.
Yep.
Red kangaroo is Australia and...
Wild Wonders.
Oh, I didn't get far enough with that one.
There's
Wild
Wild
Wonders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that leaves Biodome Dream, Capybara and Underground Tunnels.
Yeah. There we go.
Get in with your little logic box.
Have it.
So, a whooshing sound sweeps you off your feet. Foot first, you crash bang back into the shop. The smell of cardboard and painted pieces fills your senses. This is only a brief respite, as once again, suddenly you are both teleported away. A small gnome-looking creature swears at you as he barges by.
Bastard.
JP... Nice. JP, giddy with glee, knows exactly where his feet have landed him. Dart bounds over to you all. The hog under her haunches squeals his hellos. Dart starts to explain. We've been travelling for hours, searching for a lost treasure hidden in the wilds. The path splits ahead, and each direction seems equally perilous. The decision we make now could be the difference between finding the treasure or facing an untimely end.
She's Cockney, is she?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
okay.
I try not to do a lighter voice and then
I think it works though for Gearlocks.
Yeah, exactly. It works, right? It's
Chip theory,
you mag.
Yeah, don't sue us for ripping off your characters and license.
It's artistic license, it's fine. So your party, you guys, must choose between 3 paths. Each has its own set of risks and rewards. So you've got a dark cavern in front of you. So it's a dark and echoing cave looms ahead. You've got the thorny thicket. The path is overgrown with sharp thorns, making it nearly impossible to move quickly. You've got the cliffside trail. The narrow path winds along a steep cliff. One misstep could send you tumbling down. However, it's a quick route, and if you're lucky, you can find a shortcut. So, what would you like to choose?
We're going down thorny thicket or cliff and quick.
Thorny thicket it is.
You've gone into the thorny thicket.
Why not?
So, the path winds through dense brush and thorns that bite into your armor. It's slow and painful. Now, who wants to roll the dice?
Me.
Go on,
There
Dan.
you go, Dan. Roll the dice. So, this is going to determine what's going to happen to you.
3.
3.
It's good, right? It's good. Low numbers are good.
Yeah.
The vines move too late. You realise it's a vine lasher beast. Entangles your gear. You must spend a skill dice to break free and then have a battle.
How many skill dice do I have?
We are going to have a little roll off to see who wins.
Okay.
And this is literally, we're just going to roll some dice and then see who gets
rolling
whatever
dice.
number. I've rolled a 4.
4 versus who?
4.
Ching.
Go on, I'll say you win that. That's easy enough. Boom. You win the battle.
Well done, Dan.
Defender breaks ties.
Yeah, defender breaks ties.
And random bullshit.
Did I kill it? Did I kill it, please? Did I kill it?
You did kill it.
Yes.
You find an old climbing rope, and basically you use this rope to be able to skip the next encounter. You all get out alive. Battered, breathless, but unbroken, your party emerges from the wilds. You survive the thorns, and you've earned your scars. Dart appears from the brushes. There, you done messing about? She tosses in a bundle at your feet. Inside, the relic you were seeking, real, intact, somehow already claimed. The ground splits beneath your feet, light engulfs you, and you suddenly, as your journey began, it ends. Pop. Back in the bazaar, you hear the thin, raspy cackle in front of you, and you see 3 spires. You have a feeling that the relic in your hands should be placed on one. But which one? On each of the spire, there is 3 symbols. And let me just add the little cackle.
Thanks, mate.
There you go. So on each spire, there is a symbol. A matchbox, a horse, and a heart on one. A castle, a moat, and a witch on the other. And on the third, a bone, a zoo, and a frozen tundra.
I think it's the first one because of the sentence that we got at the very, very start
Sentence
about
and
words
heart.
being together and it heart being the end of it.
So when you inspect the relic on the bottom, it says, "You must match them the right way."
That was not helpful.
Can I eat the relic?
You cannot eat the relic.
Throw relic.
By this time, I'm really hungry now.
I don't know that a heart, a matchbox, and a horse means anything to me. Bone, Zoo, and Tundra, that's our gay favourite games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Castle, moat, and a witch. I don't know what that could be.
Can you read out that thing that we had at the beginning? The words in the sentence.
Words can hold power, but sentences open hearts.
What will happen if we place it on the wrong?
I mean, who knows?
You might fail. You might get trapped in this room
forever.
forever.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's a board
I've got
game
a good
shop.
ending and a bad ending.
There's loads of board games. I mean, is it that bad? Maybe Bone, Zoo, and Tundra's too obvious because that's what we just did.
That's just kind of our favourite games. That's
And
a
that was-
lure.
that
I think
was-
that's a lure. I think that's going to like
Yours,
favourite games. That's what got us in the bloody shop in the first place. So let's not do that.
That's
one.
true. But
Right?
your task was about too many bones. My task was about the zoo, and his task was about
Yeah.
wasteland.
But again, we walked into this perilous escape room of Davey's mind
Yeah.
based on our favourite games, didn't we?
We did.
So
Yeah.
what's attracting you to Hearts, Matchbox, and
Because of that
Horses,
sentence.
Dan?
Because it's less obvious and,
And
it's
and it was
linked to that.
And it was
Open's
about
heart.
9 hours ago we found that information out.
Okay.
So it needs to be
probably that.
So we're sacking off the castle, moat, and the witches.
because that's that castling thing we already did, right?
Yeah.
So unless that had some relevance, yeah.
So the heart, the matchbox, and the horse is totally separate to anything we've done. Shall we just go for that? Then?
I think we do it, and then if we die, we die,
yeah,
don't we?
fair one. All right.
Yeah. Insert relic, Spire 1.
Correct. So the links were that basically he's been saying match loads, right? So that's your hint. He keeps saying match to you with Baron.
Oh, did he
And
not?
a horse
I'll
is
have to
another-
listen back.
A horse, it's a knight. That was your biggest.
Yeah.
Had to sacrifice a knight earlier,
Right.
and heart it opens the heart.
Well done, Dan.
Well,
Done, Dan.
I couldn't, no brain. But with that, yeah, I've contributed. That's fine. I've had my all brand this morning.
Suddenly, the Baron bundles in. I knew you would all do it. Just from the looks of you, you are board game fanatics. I knew it. You have freed this shop from the curse. These poor souls. Each game in here used to be a gamer, but they were locked away forever after being enticed by the cheap, discounted Kickstarters. Well done,
not
you.
totally
Well
that, is it?
done.
Wait, is that it? Did we do it?
you did it.
Well done.
Can we know what would have happened had we put the relic on the wrong spire?
Yeah, I do kind of want to know what the failure.
If you
thing is.
fail,
Yeah, go on.
you have a feeling you were once something, but right now you can't quite place it. Someone moves a piece and pumps their fist in the air. Great, I needed that card to finally finish my zoo. You also hear people playing other games in the background, but you don't really know what to make of it. You become board games
We're
in the
getting
shop.
trapped as a soulless
Become your
board game.
favourite game as a
Yeah.
board game in the shop.
That was
So,
why. There's
there you go. There's the random puzzly adventure
Mate.
escape room.
I don't know what kind of brain you need to have to pull that together, but well done.
Yeah, no worries. There you go.
It was different.
I feel like I've been placed on a journey.
Yeah. Whether you wanted to go on that
I don't
journey.
know how I got here. I don't know how I got through it. I don't know what happened in the end, but I got through it.
Yeah.
I'm here now.
Well done.
Yeah.
There we
Well
go.
done. But no, well done, Davey.
But I would like to do some escape rooms with you guys because then that would work.
Don't send
Yeah.
me.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Don't send me.
They're good fun.
If you get one of these logic puzzles, Don't send me that. No. I'll be in the canteen next to that, like cheering you all on the monitors.
You'll be locked in that room in the Crystal Maze, won't you?
You'll have to buy me out with one. Of course, that's going to cost you 5 seconds in the dome.
No, but we're not going to do it.
No, not going to. No, save yourself. Don't buy me out. I'll wait in the green room.
We'll cut you in at the end. We'll cut you in.
Yeah.
Because you're just bloody stuff silver tickets.
Did you win? Yes, we won. What did you win? I won a rock climbing experience. Tamworth.
Yeah, there we go. Moving on to the penultimate turn. So now we're going to talk about what we've got coming up. So starting with you, JP, as you were last time, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm going to probably say something that's going to sound really wanky.
Okay,
so I'm putting out like this is not a wanky announcement, but...
Wanky alert.
Yeah, a wanky alert, because what I'm about to say probably does sound a bit like that. So basically, this weekend, I'm going over to the Netherlands, which is just randomly just pop it over the Netherlands, because I've been invited to a kind of gaming weekend with name drop Davey Turtsey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know about this.
I've not talked about it that much because I don't know why.
How have you not talked about it?
Because I've
David
been
Turtz is your
busy.
best mate. You love him.
I know. I've been busy at work a lot.
Yeah, you have.
And it's just been this thing happening in the future. And I'm not a bragger or anything that you know what I'm like.
No,
you're not. I don't like to.
You're very.
Yeah, I don't like to kind of go. So that's happening this week. I went, oh shit, this is literally now this weekend. Oh my God. So I'm not quite mentally prepared for what I've let myself in for. But yeah, no, he invited me, bless him. Because for those that don't know, I've kind of met David. Obviously, we did the podcast together, and I met him again at Essen. We've had long chats about games and just like talking about his designs and things. And I'll just like happily listen and absorb it all. And then he's at GridCon. So again, Captain's Chair as a game is released. It's one of his and Nigel Buckle's. And I've been interested in that, and I've got an early copy of that. So it's just been a lot of communication and talking about his stuff. And he's just really a fanatic about his own stuff, like you should be. And he said, "Oh yeah, what are you doing this particular weekend?" And I actually had nothing on, and I thought, why not?
Why not?
So I said to Shell, "I'm out." Said, "Is it all right? Can I escape?" She went, "Do it." So I went, sod it, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to be a bit of a pioneer for this thing, because actually it might open it up for others in the group to maybe come in following years. He does it every year.
Oh, nice.
I say he's done it it's his third one.
Okay.
Got any games planned?
Yeah, a few, but there's a lot of prototype games, as you'd appreciate, of new stuff.
Oh, nice.
That I can't mention it because I don't know what they are. And even when I have played some of them, I probably can't mention it on the podcast.
Sign an NDA.
So sorry, listeners, it's going to be pretty boring. But yeah, hopefully I'll get to try some latest design stuff out that he's got in pipeline. I think he's got 6 prototypes ready. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try some of that. But it's kind of like a friends and family thing that he's organised. So it's just going to be general games.
Oh, that's really nice. I'm really pleased with you, mate. That must be really cool.
I just thought we'll give it a go. And
it sounds like good fun.
I don't really know many people there, but sod it.
Yeah, that's what board gaming is about, right?
Have a bloody awesome time.
Yeah. So that's, as I said, it's wanky alert, but yeah.
Well, it's not. I expected something else. It's not wanky at all.
Yeah.
For my penultimate turn, I'm going to the moon because I feel that I need to trump you. So I'm going to do a Katy Perry.
I was going to say, you know Katy Perry,
yeah,
don't you?
and I'm just going to play Parcheesi on the moon.
Nice.
So fuck you.
So that sounds good fun. How about yourself, Dan? What are you getting into?
I can't compete with that on any level. But what I am doing is
we should have ended with JP, shouldn't we?
We should have done.
We should have ended.
We totally should have done. What I'm playing the new hotness tomorrow night, and I can't wait. Tomorrow night is all about this year's board game battleground winner. It's a terraforming Mars. Yeah, baby. Look. In all seriousness, Mars needs terraforming.
Yeah.
And when
no one's done it before.
No.
It's a prototype game.
No,
isn't it?
no one's done it before. And when we finish, pack it all away. Go, oh, that's great, curly one. And then when it comes to playing it next time, I'll go, well terraforming. What Mars needs terraforming again. It needs to happen. Look, we haven't done it. It needs to happen now.
We haven't done a good enough job that it keeps
It keeps
unterraforming itself.
unterraforming itself.
Resets itself.
So we need to set up again, let Curly win again. So that's how it'll go. I'm looking forward to it. I've not played it for a while, so I love TM.
Yeah. We all do, to be fair.
It's great. So,
Are you playing with the
classic.
Prelude bits?
he's bringing his
his
gear. He's got Prelude 2. I'm going to hopefully pick up a copy of Prelude 2 at the UK Games Expo when I go.
You should
I
find
think
it.
it's really good. It really does mix it up a little bit, especially when you can change the awards and what's the other thing?
I've played it before with Prelude 2.
Milestones.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's good.
that really does just change the flavour a little bit.
I
Yes,
think
it's
so.
still Terraforming Mars, one of the best games ever.
It's great.
Just behind Ark Nova, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it does just mix it up nicely.
I love it. I'm looking forward to playing it.
I noticed I'm not playing because I didn't sign up quick enough.
Didn't.
I didn't.
It didn't. That didn't
And you don't
happen.
want to play it with 5 because
You
it's
get
just
Galactic
too
Five
much.
is
Cruise.
too-
I got Galactic Cruise.
Yeah, 5 unfortunately is too much.
Yeah, no, it is. It absolutely is.
Yeah, I'm going to try and see what extras I can pick up at UKGE. I'm only going to be there the Sunday. Sorry, I'm not with you guys.
All right, mate.
Apologies.
Whatever.
I'm working.
I'm wondering, can you pick up, not you, I mean, can one pick up the kind of giga Terraforming Mars there?
What, the Giga map?
I would love to play this
So would
Saying
I.
once. Yeah, once.
Just let's do a day. We'll play Giga
I
Terraforming
would love
Mars.
to do it.
We need 7 copies of the game to play it because you need about 1 million oceans or
I
whatever.
didn't think of that. Yeah, how many copies do you need?
You do need more
I've
than
got
one.
a 3D printer, it's all right. We'll just make that.
We
It's
got my
fine.
copy as well.
I've got some UV forming resin. I could make some
Exactly.
little
But
oceans.
you can get the maps from Etsy.
That is true. You can.
So you don't think we'll be able to buy it from the UKGE? Is that what
No,
you're
because it's
saying?
not an official
No,
product.
but will there be some
Board
like
Game Extras, not plugging anyone, but boardgameextras.co.uk sell all of the extra stuff for a Terraforming Mars. You ever need anything Terraforming Mars related that's official, you go to them. But I don't think they sell any of the neoprene mats.
No.
Unless it's an official release from Fire Action.
Yeah.
It's a fan
okay.
expansion.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I think they did have them there last year, though, actually, some of the fan stuff.
maybe. Might keep
think
my
they
eye
did.
open. Might keep my eye
Yeah.
open.
but I
Well, I wouldn't mind
down.
playing Giga Terraforming Marses, where we basically have some sets, and then you have a Mars, and then another Mars,
Yeah.
and then another Mars, and you play like 4
And they all need
different Mars.
terraforming.
And they all need terraforming.
They all need it.
Yeah, exactly.
Star Trek like 4D chess.
40
isn't it?
chess,
Yeah,
yeah. Maybe not. Maybe
No?
not.
Is that too much?
But that is my penultimate turn excitement thing, the UKGE.
Yeah.
I know that's
Coming,
pretty
innit?
boring, but
No.
No.
I'm trying so hard to spend almost zero money this month so that I've got
It's a good
I've got
spat.
spending money for when I go. Yeah. So that's my plan. I haven't got anything necessarily kind of lined up. I think I might try and do a bit more research this year and actually look at what's going to be there and have a little nosy around.
We are crap at that.
So yeah, well I am. I'm really crap at that.
Generally at podcast.
No, but you guys know where, we're going to go to this store first because that's coming out. I'm just wandering like a little happy little wanderer.
I prefer to wander, but there's a couple of stalls that I need to go to this year, but I'm only going to be there the Sunday, so whatever I want to try and get hold of, which likely I'm going to go to Dranda store, see if I can get hold of the expansions for Galactic Cruise, but by Sunday they might have all gone. I know that sometimes they allocate certain stock to certain days, but
well, you
can
might
let us
have
know.
some friends that might be
This
going.
is very
so,
true.
I mean,
I'll see you
let us-
Saturday night.
Let
My
us
plan
know
is-
if you do, because I don't know anyone that's going that'll buy them for you.
my plan my plan is to see you Saturday night, so that's the plan, is come straight up and join you. So finish in the afternoon and I'll come straight up.
But the thing about Expo is that it's not a typical release window for games.
No.
It's not.
So not a lot of, I would say, new stuff comes out, but they do, like, I would say they demo, but they do sometimes demo stuff, but they also preview this is coming.
Yeah,
It's usually an S and
yeah.
release, but this is coming out this year kind of thing. So it's good to see.
I find there's a lot of this is coming on Kickstarter in however many months, which, no disrespect to anyone that does that there, annoys the crap out of me because I look at it and go, oh, this looks amazing.
want
I want
it
it now.
now.
And you can't. You can't have it now.
4 years.
I'm like, what? But then that's where I found out about Perseverance.
Yeah.
Was from David Turksey himself. And it was like, from that moment on, I went, this sounds amazing. And then it was like 4 years later, and then the game released on Kickstarter. It was a long time that you had that prototype.
Yeah.
Long time. And then there it was. It's like, wow. Time
Kickstarter
flies.
is such a minefield at the moment, depending where they're shipping from, everything else, though, isn't it? It's such a dangerous
Depends
place
what
right now.
country you live
What
in.
country? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
I don't often back on there anymore because I like to back a lot. I used to I've backed like well over 50 games on Kickstarter. But the last thing I did back was the Trickerian expansion because it's 10 years and I backed the first one when it first came out and it's got to be done.
And it's Tricarion.
And it's Trickerian.
And it wasn't that expensive. So
No, that was one of the first I ever backed.
Great.
Was Trickerian one 10 years ago.
I had to back it.
Had to
It's
be done.
it's a no-brainer back.
Absolutely. And it was a good price
Was
for the extras if you've got the collector's box.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just got the upgrade bits. So
Yeah.
the bags and pouches and wood.
Yes.
I did go for the wooden trick tokens, though. I'm not going to lie.
Well, the
I did pimp them up.
I didn't do
spells?
that. Yeah, the
trick.
The trick tokens.
Which you don't need to do that. But
No.
because everyone else is wooden
Yeah.
in that player tray.
That's very true.
was
I
like,
haven't done that.
Sod it.
I might do that. Yeah, I might. I didn't think. I thought. Yeah.
Next, you should just get the tricks.
Tricks.
Like little life versions of the materials that you could build them in front of you, right?
That's for their 20 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the arcane arts.
So what are you looking forward to at the expo, Becky? What's going on there?
Well, we are doing just a little event in the Friday.
That's brand new information.
Brand new information. We've not mentioned it at all. I mean, to be honest, we shouldn't really have because I haven't written it yet. So we don't know what we're doing.
But we are, because it's on the beginning of
Well-
every episode as a promo.
Yes, but the thing is, I haven't actually written. It's not been constructed yet. So
It's there or thereabouts.
it's wafting around in potential.
Yeah.
So yeah, come on down and join us if you fancy saying hello, or you couldn't get in to shut up and sit down, and we're going to be sloppy seconds. That's fine.
We don't mind it.
We're opposite the Terry Pratchett, like reimagining, like Rebirth
I
last
was
time,
gutted
weren't we?
because I really wanted to go to that.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Becky wanted to abandon her
Really
own live
wanted to go.
episode to
Yeah.
go to the Terry Pratchett celebration. Or whatever.
Seance.
Yeah.
Seance.
Terry Pratchett would absolutely be up for that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, come down and join us on the Friday at 12 o'clock in the Piazza. I can't remember what room it is.
I think it's a dice room.
Yeah, that it is the dice room, where we're going to have a live episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
come and rest your feet and chill out a bit and
Will
have a
you
bit of a laugh.
Bring a sandwich.
Will you have a photo frame with my picture there
No.
on the side?
Well,
Can that be arranged?
There'll be
I'm going to dress up
100%
as you, Dan.
What?
I'm going to dress up as you.
You have to shave your hair off first.
No, I've got a bowl cap.
Nice.
but what I'm really looking forward to is just being involved in the space, kind of just hanging out with people that are like-minded, maybe a bit of bring and buy action. Can't lie.
You the bring and buy?
Well, I
Never.
didn't buy much from it last time, so
I haven't been for the last 2 years to bring it by. I need
That's
to
'cause it's
change
the
that.
queue's always
Oh, the
massive,
queue's
though.
yeah. But then remember, like 2 years ago, when that guy was carrying like a whole 2 cages worth of stuff.
Roll cages.
Yeah, they've stopped it.
Yeah.
Which is a good idea. 'Cause
yeah.
it's
So they've put a limiter on it, haven't they? So that might mean that you only take your best games, not your kind of chaff that is just crap and no one's interested in. Hopefully, so yes, I am sure I will brave the queues and go into the bring and buy and wander around and see what else there is to see.
Fair.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna get more planned than I usually do because I realised that Essen last year I did a lot of prep for that, and when I went in, I was I actually enjoyed it a little bit more. And I think I need to because I streamlined what games interested me, what games I wanted to see, and I just went and saw those because you can get a bit lost otherwise sometimes.
Yeah, 100%.
But expos are usually more about playing games, though, compared to Essen anyway. So maybe we'll just play games and I'll throw that out the window. Who knows?
Not looking forward to the con crud that we always,
Oh.
everyone always gets when you
Yeah.
come back, kind of spending a week in a big, massive hangar with thousands and thousands of
drone.
people. Yeah. The
drone,
I'm hoping
yeah.
I'm getting my illness out now.
Yeah.
And I won't, my immune system will be so on fire, I won't get ill.
Let's see what happens.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just raining and horrible outside so that...
Yeah.
Because usually it's really sunny whenever we go.
Yeah,
and
it is.
you end up going outside, you're like, you end up blinded by the sun because you've been inside for hours and hours.
It is rank when it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's got to be done. I do love it.
Yeah.
I just wish they'd
Love a bit
have
of
those
expo.
potato twirlies that they have in Essen. Although you said they
They
didn't
didn't have
them last time.
them last
We
year.
were gutted.
Maybe because they're bringing them to the expo. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh,
if we see potato twirlies, I am going to be living my best life.
I think Adrian would cry. I think you'd see a tear of joy
Yeah.
from his literally.
For those who
run
don't
down
know,
his
when I'm
nose.
saying potato twirlies, I mean it's kind of like a spiralized potato,
Fried potato, yeah.
potato with
Yeah.
usually paprika or whatever
some
else
dust
on it.
on it.
Some dust. And it's
dust
just
on it.
deep fried, one giant twirly deep fried chip. What is not to
Yeah,
like
it's
about
amazing.
that?
That does
It is
sound good.
amazing.
It's fried perfectly as well.
Yeah, it is. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's very good.
Yumsies.
So if they had that,
Don't
that
stop
wouldn't
it,
that
don't
just
go
be
in.
like the absolute?
There you go. That'd be
cake.
perfection.
That would be perfection.
We wouldn't need to go anywhere else. Just live there.
My diet will be off that day.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, same. Right, and myself. So I've got Pax Illuminatum coming up. I'm looking forward to that. I got it out the other day and taught myself it through a little mock playthrough, and it's as I remember it. It's quite a unique concept where it's very puzzly, but in the same time feels 4X-y. You've got a lot of different actions you can do. One of them is kind of the attack action in quotations, heavy quotations. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting that to the table and playing a 4-player because I think it will really sing. So, I mean, we played it at Essen. Was it Essen? Yeah, it was Essen. Yeah, we played at Essen 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we really enjoyed it then. We played with 2 Dutch guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just real unique decision space along with very impactful turns, some cool little combos you could do with what cards you've got in your hand. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. So that's what I'm going to get to the table. And as soon as I've played it, I will give some feedback.
Yeah,
Nice.
you want to learn more? We did an episode with Oliver Kiley, who's the designer. So
Yeah.
we literally talked about Pax Illuminatum for about 45 minutes. So it surprised me what it packs into that little bloody box.
I've got the neoprene mat.
Yeah.
And the box is
it's
like this
tiny.
big, and the neoprene mat is like the length of a table. So if I want to take the game anywhere, it's like you put the neoprene mat over your shoulder and carry this little box. It's like it's no longer that travel accessible. I don't know.
Don't
but
need the
I
map.
thought that
but
the same with Tiny Epic Game of Thrones. It's a bit like that. You've got the playmat, it looks lovely, but the box is just tiny. It doesn't make no sense. Like, can this mat go in there?
yeah,
fold it onto a little square.
Yeah.
slightly defeats the point, doesn't it?
It does,
but
yeah.
it's nice having the mat.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
So there we go. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed this a little bit different episode and the escape room where whose turn is it anyway have to escape Davey's mind.
We can never escape your mind, David.
I'm surprised we did.
If you do it again, it'll have to be us 4 because we're still in it from the first one. So.
So yeah, thank you all for listening. As always, you can find our links below. Give us a like and a follow if you haven't yet and you're new to us. That would be great. We've also got Ko-fi, so go check us out there. Yes. So we've got Becky coming up for the next episode. So yeah, look forward to that. And as always, whose turn is it anyway?